In December, Gurov told his wife he had business to attend to in Petersburg. Instead, he travelled overnight to her little town, arriving in the morning. There he took the best room at the hotel. A handsome tip ensured that the hotel porter found Anna's address for him. She lived with her husband in a fine house, not far from the hotel. He hovered nearby, hoping for a chance meeting. A beggar went in at the gate, but dogs chased him away. An hour later, he heard a faint, indistinct piano sound. Was it Anna playing? The front door suddenly opened and an old woman came out, followed by the familiar white Pomeranian. Gurov was about to call out to the dog, but in the excitement, forgot his name. Eventually, he retreated to his hotel room, lay on the bed with its cheap grey hospital blanket, and fell asleep. When he awoke, it was dark outside. What to do next? For some time he sat on the bed, staring blankly at the shabby wallpaper. Then he walked to the window. On the street below, there was a long line of carriages full of overdressed men and women. Gurov suddenly remembered a poster he had seen that morning at the station. A new opera, The Geisha, was opening at the town's theatre that very evening. Surely she would be there. Grabbing his coat, he hurried out into the cold night. The theatre was full, noisy and restless as the orchestra tuned up. Gurov scanned the audience, and there she was, taking her seat in the third row of the stalls and clutching the same opera glasses that had watched the ships in the harbour. Though this little woman was in no way remarkable, even in this provincial crowd, his heart beat faster. She was the sorrow and joy that filled his whole life now. Her loveliness drowned out the sound of that dreadful orchestra with its wretchedly amateur violins. A tall, stooping young man came in, bowing his head with every step, before taking the seat next to Anna Sergeyevna. So this fellow, with his bald patch and sugary smile, was the husband? He looked like a waiter. During the first interval, the husband went out to smoke, leaving Anna alone in her seat. Gurov, sitting just a few rows behind, approached.
Здравствуйте.
Good evening, he said, his voice trembling. She glanced up at him and turned pale, unable to believe her eyes. He remained standing, too frightened to sit down in her husband's vacant seat. The violins and the flute were now tuning up. Both were acutely self-conscious, aware that the people in the boxes were looking down on them. She got up and hurried to the door. He followed her. Both walked senselessly along passages and up and down stairs. The cloakroom, full of fur coats hanging on pegs, flashed before their eyes. The smell of stale tobacco wafted up from the foyer. On the narrow, gloomy central staircase, she stopped. "Oh, how you have frightened me," she said, breathing hard. "Why have you come? Why?" "But please, you must understand, Anna," he said. "I beg you to understand." Not listening, she looked at him with dread and love. "I am so unhappy." "I have tried so hard, but I have thought of nothing but you. Why, oh why have you come?" On the landing above them, two schoolboys were smoking and looking down. Gurov drew Anna to him. He began kissing her face, her cheeks, and her hands. "What are you doing?" she cried, pushing him away. "This is madness." Someone was coming up the stairs. "You must leave now, Dmitri," Anna went on in a whisper. "I will come and see you in Moscow. I swear I'll come to Moscow. But now we must part, my precious darling, we must part." She pressed his hand and began rapidly going downstairs. Gurov stood motionless. Then, when all sound had died away, he found his coat and left the theatre.